So you're done with your run and you're in your kitchen trying to figure out, what the heck do I eat to recover? Well, that's kind of the question of the day. I think the common thing to go to is chocolate milk. And for a long time, I thought that was a rumor. But if you listen to my interview with Dr. Jason Karp on the Smart Athlete podcast, you actually find out there's plenty of research to back that up. However, I know there are times when you want to do something besides chocolate milk or you think you can optimize better. So as a part of Solpre, I actually hire a registered dietitian who is a former Division I runner to make recipe for us. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 of her recipes that you can eat after you're done running to help you recover faster. If you're not already watching my other series, the Smart Athlete podcast, where I interview smart athletes, check out the interview I do with my registered dietitian, Gloria Stoverink. She is, as I said, a former Division I runner turned registered dietitian, so she knows all about high performance of running and eating well to fuel that. So I hired her specifically because she understands our needs. She understands what we need as runners or triathletes as compared to somebody who's bodybuilding and wants to put on a lot of weight. She's intimately familiar with the needs of an endurance athlete. One of the first things she brought to me, I thought was ingenious. It's very, very simple, but it is delicious, and that's her peanut butter recovery mousse. Doesn't that look great? The kind of curious thing about this is that it's only a few simple ingredients, and the base of it, believe it or not, is cottage cheese. So from memory, I think it's cottage cheese, protein powder, and peanut butter. So you're going to get a lot of protein, very few carbs, but some. Remember, we need a little bit of carbs after we get done running, but we need a lot of that protein to recover our muscles. Next up, and in a similar vein, Gloria tries to make things that are actually tasty. I think too often, at least I, as an athlete, think, okay, if I'm going to eat healthy, I have to eat all this stuff that doesn't taste good. And that's just not part of her philosophy. It's to find things that you want to eat that will actually also help you. And so she brought this recipe to us as well. It's Snickerdoodle Protein Dip. So again, focusing on protein, I'm of the opinion that the majority of runners, myself included, get plenty of carbs. We're a very carb-centric culture in the US. If you're watching from abroad, I guess I can't speak to your culture, but I know here carbs are everywhere. So it's almost always a shift for me, and probably for you too, to think about protein a little bit more often. So with her Snickerdoodle Protein Dip, you essentially get to treat it like you're eating a cookie, but you're not. You're actually getting things that are good for you. So that's the number 2 thing that she's brought to us you can eat after you're done running. This next one is something that got really popular very, very fast, and I can see why, and it's Gloria's Tart Cherry Smoothie. So she actually has this listed as a detox smoothie, and it's a detox from sugar. So she made this recipe shortly after Christmas when we binge on carbs. We've got cookies and cakes and ice creams and all this stuff we eat over the holidays that just is junk for us and spikes our insulin up like crazy. And this Tart Cherry Smoothie was a great way for her to reset on that sugar. But it's also full of antioxidants, which are good to fight the oxidative processes that go on in your muscles, in your skin, after you're done running. So we can talk about antioxidants in another video. Subscribe to the channel so you'll be able to stick around for that one. But know that this one, if you don't like sweet, is going to be a good option for you because it's Tart Cherry Smoothie, absolutely go-to after running. That's number 3. Coming up, number 4, this is actually a go-to in my kitchen here, this beautiful white and blue kitchen that we haven't redone yet. And that is a sausage and veggie sheet pan. I believe this is the very first recipe that Gloria brought me, and I said, can you make something for dinner that's just absolutely simple, like stupid simple? I know, I'm busy running the company and running and doing all of these things, And sometimes you're just tired. You don't want to make dinner. Like, you don't want this big process to get something together for you that's going to be good for you. And you end up eating out if you're like me. There are tons of options to eat out. We have all the different delivery services now where you can essentially order almost anything you want from all these restaurants and have it come to you. Now, restaurant food is typically much higher in fat and extra calories that we don't necessarily need as runners. So this is my go-to, and it's delicious. Gloria actually makes a sauce that goes with it. I wish I knew what kind of sauce it is, what to call it in particular, but it's this yogurt-based sauce that goes over your sausage and your vegetables. There's actually apples on the sheet pan as well, and this sauce is just a little bit of tang. So not only do you have these delicious roasted vegetables and whatever sausage you want to pick out. We usually pick out a different kind every time we have this. But that tang adds a depth of flavor to the sausage and veggie sheet pan that makes it incredible for something absolutely so simple. All you have to do is cut up the vegetables, cut up the sausage, stick it in the oven, and you're good to go. Like, that's it. It's great. Number 5, and this is the last one. This is a little bit of an indulgence as well. Stick with me. It may seem a little weird at first. Chocolate and chickpea cranberry bark. So I have a sweet tooth. Gloria, as in her own post, admits she has a sweet tooth. So one thing that we want to focus on is not necessarily shutting that down all of the time. There is the advice that comes from one of my coaches, Olympic triathlete Barb Lindquist. She always says 90-10. If 90% of what you eat is very, very good, and you have, a treat for 10%, it's not going to affect you. I actually have the opinion that 90-10 is great because that 10% helps us keep a little bit of sanity. There are some people that are perfectly fine eating clean, super clean, 100% of the time. And for some people, maybe that's the way to go because, you have your rule set. This is what you can eat. You can't have anything else. Very simple to follow. But for the rest of us, I think it's important to remember, we like indulgences every once in a while. I think that's why there's, cheat days. There's all of these things to help people deal with these cravings. But a realization that you can have something that tastes nice and isn't actually terrible for you at the same time. So where those chickpeas and the cranberries come in, you get a little bit of antioxidants, you get the complex carbohydrates from the chickpeas. You're going to have something that's going to be both sweet and actually have some nutritional value for you. Gloria actually has recipes for us every single week. If you'll go to the Solpre blog, solpre.com/blog, every single Thursday, Gloria brings a new recipe that she's going to share with you right on our website with all the things that she eats and she recommends eating as an endurance athlete. So don't forget to check that out. That will be a boon for you when you don't know what to eat and you're looking for new inspiration to fuel you as a runner. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more episodes of Runner's High where I share more tips for you to be the best runner you can be. I'll see you next time.